Hi everyone, and massive thank you as always to all of the community members at Open Media One channel, to all of the subscribers here on YouTube, and to all of the channels, members of the channels, admins and teams all over Telegram and pretty much everywhere where we're all sharing good and doing good things right now. So guys, today we've got two main areas we're going to look at, but before we're going to get into that, I want to say two very quick points. First point, I'm not political, guys, in any way. So there is a part in this where we're referring to previous leaders. Now, I'm not political. I'm not left, right, middle, up, down, blue, red, anything. You know from me, everyone should be doing a good job if they're in those positions of power. Same with mainstream. They should be doing the right thing. At the moment, all across the world, we've got a few that are and thousands that are not. That should be the other way around. So even though I'm not political and I don't stand with any of the parties and I'm not into mainstream media at all, I do note that there are some politicians, some leaders, and hopefully some mainstream somewhere that are doing good. One in particular who is a leader is obviously one of the famous states in the world right now. Begins with FL and ends in Orida. And I can't wait to get out there because that is one guy that does seem to be doing very, very good. And good, they should be. But that's as far as I go with it, guys. I'm not political, so when I do bring that point up, please don't put any comments in. I'm just referring the facts. Point number two. Throughout everything I'm about to show you, we were inundated on the news, in the TV, everywhere you went, radio, everything, with overwhelming hospitals, overwhelming this, overwhelming that, chaos, chaos, chaos. And that was happening all throughout what we're going to discuss today. So bear those 2 points in mind, please. Excellent. Let's get straight into this. So we're going to look at a Freedom of Information Act here, guys. So let's get straight onto that video now. Just a short clip. It's the freedom of information to the costs of the NHS Nightingale hospitals. So, as you can see, I've taken this from the website england.nhs.uk. I will include the link for everybody. And it says here at the bottom, the total setup cost for all 7 Nightingale sites is around 220 million. So that's right, there was 7 sites across the UK. Today we're going to be focusing on the London site, and also we've got a bit of a bonus. We're going to be looking at another site as well. So click another video again. We'll just take a quick look down. We'll go into Wikipedia here. Just a second to load. Okay. Gives you some details on the NHS Nightingale Hospital London. Capacity for 500 patients, potential for 4,000. Opened on April the 3rd, received its first patients on April the 7th. So we're going to take a look down and see how many patients they actually took in 2020, in the height of this. Okay, please do have a little read of this yourself if you want to. Everything's obviously from Wiki here. Now, as you can see quite clearly, 54 patients were taken in total. Okay, 54 patients in 2020. 54 patients. 220 million, the Freedom of Information Act said that the 7 Nightingale hospitals costs. London took 54 patients. Remember points 1 and 2 here, guys, okay? Now, taking a look at this screenshot down here, guys, this is a more recent one. The cost of all the Nightingales are purported to be 530 million. So we're going to stick on this just for a very quick moment, and we're going to try and find the actual cost of the Nightingales, okay? Now, quick screenshot here again. It's the birminghammail.co.uk, and it actually gives us the price of London was £57.4 million in the height of all the nonsense mainstream media, everything that was being thrown at us all. 57.4 million to build 54 patients. Now, let's take a quick look at Birmingham here. Obviously, that's where I'm from. You might be able to tell by some of my accent. Government reveals cost of Birmingham's Nightingale COVID hospital, which still hasn't been used. So yes, there's a spoiler alert there. Scroll down to the bottom of this. Again, you can search for all of this yourselves. I will include links. It was created to provide extra NHS capacity because obviously it was needed. It was all over the TV, the news, everywhere. Overwhelmed hospitals, overwhelmed hospitals. And so far, the hospital has not been used. Health managers say it remains available if needed and could begin accepting patients within 3 days' notice. Guys, 66 million for a hospital that wasn't used when we are having it literally shoved down our throats that it's overwhelmed. Everything's overwhelmed. Chaos everywhere. 66 million and 57.4 million for the London one. Absolutely ridiculous. Somebody needs to look into that. Somebody needs to look into that. 530 million, it says, could have been spent across them all. And we know it's a bare minimum of 220 million because that's what they released in the Freedom of Information Act. Absolutely atrocious, that. And I'm just going to point out, see if we can all get jobs for building fake hospitals that we don't even need or are not even used, and we're all going to get 57 million. Wouldn't we all be doing that in exhibition centres? Honestly, guys, it's absolutely ridiculous. Right, let's get on to the next one. USNS Comfort. Now, this one's a goodie. We're going to have a quick look down here. Same again, Wikipedia. Scroll down because we're looking here for the cost of it was a day on. It cost $180,000 a day on one of its previous ventures where it was helping. Okay. Scroll back down because we want to get to the New York COVID-19 response. What we're going to try and find out here is we don't have the cost of it. The ship was already built. It was already there. It was just sent to New York to help out. So what we're looking for on this one is how many months did it help out in the pandemic? I mean, obviously we had people on the TV telling us, this problem, that problem, overwhelming again, nurses on TV, all sorts. So you'd think this would be here for quite a few months. So have a little read of that, guys. It tells you when the patients were first admitted, 6th of April 2020, were allowed onto the ship. Then there was a crew member that caught COVID, and the rest were put into isolation. And this is the bit that is not political at all from me. Okay, so on the 17th of April, the US Northern Command announced that the USNS Comfort is prepared to admit patients within 1 hour travelling radius from the ship, and preparations are made to receive coronavirus patients from the Philadelphia area. On the 21st of April, Governor Andrew Cuomo told President Donald Trump that the ship was no longer needed in New York. Comfort departed on the 30th of April, having treated 179 patients. So this is right at the start of the pandemic, guys. This isn't, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. We've had people on our televisions and media and everywhere telling us that the hospitals were overwhelmed 3-4 months ago at Christmas. 3-4 months ago. And yet right at the start of this, they've got a ship that was sent away from New York. Why? Was COVID, did they solve it? Is that when COVID stopped at the end of April, beginning of May? No. Same as in the UK. Was it over at the end of May 2020? No. It was just beginning. It was just about to get pumped up. Absolutely ridiculous, guys. So that's it from me. That's it on this one. But I want people to look at this, Something's not right there. You can't have both of these things right. Either we're in the middle of a pandemic and the hospitals are overwhelmed. Okay, let's use this ship here and let's use these 7 hospitals that have been built in the UK. And they're not the only 2 countries, guys. Do your own internet search. All over the world, this was happening. Fake hospitals being built, and they are fake because they weren't used for COVID. The Birmingham one is empty. The ship in New York was sent away. At that point, they started turning everything up. We had Andrew Cuomo on the TV in New York every day, flattening the curve. This is what's happening, that's happening. The same in the UK. Boris, those Twitties, whatever his name is, and all those Dumbledores that have been telling us all these lies, and at the same time, they had hospitals there that they were not using. These 2 things can't be right. Either we are overwhelmed and we need the hospital space and we can use these hospitals that have cost hundreds of millions to build, or we're not. And that was right at the start of this pandemic, guys. We've just had 18 months, coming up to 2 years now, of overwhelming hospitals. And right at the beginning, they're sending ships away and closing hospitals. Somebody needs to look in for this. They really do. I mean, this is not about, it is about money, idiotic, stupid spending, and people that are saying one thing and another thing's happening. Because why would you not use those hospitals if we've been overwhelmed for 14 months after that? They shut them down. They sent them away. Sorry for the rant here, guys, but it's something that people should need to look into. And I'm leaving the postcards with the answers to what was said at the start on this. You obviously already know. £57.4 million to build that hospital in London, and they treated 54 patients. USNS Comfort, 179 patients. at the start of the pandemic and throughout the pandemic. That's it. Sent away, not used. Same as in the UK. That can't be right. When you're thinking back of all the TV advertisements and everything that was going on, it can't be right, guys. Please let me know your comments. Please share this out. Sorry, it's a bit of a rant, this one, guys, but, you know, it's facts. We need to look at this. We need to look at this. It's that simple. Thank you very much, guys. Please share this out. Love you all.